Did you know that in medieval times, boiling oil was poured over enemies? Shockingly, ancient armies even used secret weapons like Greek fire, a liquid that burned on water. And did you know the CIA once built a heart attack gun that fired a frozen dart coated in poison, making a victim die from a silent heart attack? Today, let's dive into the explosive and thrilling history of weapons. Well, to start off, way back in the Stone Age, about 3.3 million years ago, early humans began crafting basic stone tools. These included sharp stones and wooden spears, essential for hunting animals and protecting themselves from danger. Imagine facing a woolly mammoth with just a sharpened stick. As time passed, around 3000 BCE, people discovered how to mix metals like copper and tin to create bronze. And around 3300 BCE, the Sumerians, who lived in ancient Mesopotamia, began making bronze swords. These early swords were groundbreaking, but had a problem. They could bend during fights, making them less reliable. Around 1650 BCE, a group called the Hyksos came into Egypt. They had advanced technology for their time, like horse-drawn chariots and powerful composite bows. The Egyptians didn't have these at first, which gave the Hyksos an advantage. The chariots allowed for fast movement in battles, and the composite bows could shoot arrows farther and with more force than simpler bows. This new technology changed how wars were fought in Egypt. As time went on, people discovered iron, a metal even stronger than bronze. Around 1200 BCE, iron started to replace bronze for making weapons. Iron swords were tougher and kept their sharpness longer, making them more efficient in battles. This shift to iron weapons marked a big change in how wars were fought. One notable iron weapon was the Egyptian khapesh, a sword with a curved sickle-like shape. This design allowed warriors to hook onto enemy shields or weapons, pulling them away to create an opening for an attack. The khapesh was both a symbol of power and a practical tool in combat. In 216 BCE, during the Battle of Cannae, the Roman army used a short sword called the gladius. This weapon was designed for close combat, allowing soldiers to stab quickly and efficiently. The effective use of the gladius contributed to the high number of casualties in the battle, showcasing its deadly efficiency. But later, around 672 CE, the Byzantine Empire developed a mysterious weapon known as Greek fire. This was a liquid that could burn even on water, making it especially useful in naval battles. The exact recipe for Greek fire was a closely guarded secret and has been lost over time. Its fearsome reputation came from its ability to stick to surfaces while burning, causing panic and destruction amongst enemy fleets. Then, in the medieval period, battles were much more fierce, and weapons were both clever and deadly. One of the most powerful weapons was the English longbow. In the 1300s, archers used these bows to shoot arrows over 250 yards, which is longer than 2 football fields. These arrows could even pierce through armor. At the Battle of Agincourt in 1415, English archers used longbows to defeat a much larger French army. Thousands of French knights were struck down by a hail of arrows. This battle showed how effective longbows could be in warfare. Another important weapon was the crossbow. Unlike longbows, which required great strength and training, crossbows were much easier to use. A soldier could load a crossbow, aim, and fire a bolt that could penetrate armor. Because they were so deadly, the church tried to ban crossbows in 1139, calling them too lethal. However, armies continued to use them because of their effectiveness. Siege warfare was also common in medieval times. When attacking castles or fortified cities, armies used large machines called trebuchets. These devices could hurl huge stones, weighing up to 200 pounds, over long distances to break down walls. Sometimes attackers even launched disease-infected bodies into enemy strongholds to spread illness. For example, during the Mongol siege of Baghdad in 1258, the attackers used powerful siege engines to break the city's defenses, leading to a massive loss of life. In Japan, warriors known as samurai were famous for their skill and honor. They wielded swords called katanas, which were incredibly sharp and strong. Craftsmen made these blades by folding the metal many times, creating a weapon that could cut through armor. Alongside samurai were ninjas, who specialized in stealth and espionage. Ninjas used various tools, including poison spike rings called kakute, to quietly take down their targets. Then, in the 19th century, Chinese alchemists stumbled upon a mixture that would change warfare forever: gunpowder. They crafted something called fire lances, bamboo tubes that spewed flames and shrapnel, startling their enemies with fiery blasts. By the 14th century, this explosive technology had reached Europe, leading to the creation of hand cannons. These early firearms were powerful but widely inaccurate. Astonishingly, early muskets missed their targets 90% of the time at just 100 yards. The Spanish conquistadors, though, wielded these fearsome weapons during their conquests. To the indigenous Aztecs, the thunderous roar and deadly force of the arbaquest seemed like divine thunder, instilling terror and awe. Remarkably, the Beretta Company, established in 1526, began producing firearms during this era and remains the world's oldest firearms manufacturer today. The evolution of firearms, though, didn't stop there. In 1862, the invention of the Gatling gun introduced a new level of battlefield carnage. This early machine gun could unleash 200 rounds per minute, a rate of fire that foreshadowed the mechanized warfare of the 20th century. During World War I, the devastating power of artillery, a descendant of those early gunpowder weapons, was responsible for approximately 70% of battlefield casualties, reshaping the grim reality of war. In the early 20th century, warfare changed dramatically with the introduction of tanks and nuclear weapons. During World War I, tanks were created as armored vehicles that could cross through rough terrains and break through enemy lines, marking a shift from traditional combat to mechanized warfare. The most shocking development, though, came during World War II, with the use of atomic bombs. On August 2, 1945, the United States dropped an atomic bomb on Hiroshima, Japan. The explosion generated temperatures around 7,000 degrees Fahrenheit, causing massive destruction and resulting in approximately 140,000 deaths by the end of 1945. This event showcased the terrifying power of nuclear weapons. After World War II, the Cold War era led to the creation of even more powerful nuclear bombs. The Soviet Union tested the Tsar bomb on October 30, 1961. This bomb had a yield of 50 megatons, making it about 1,500 times more powerful than the combined force of the bombs dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The explosion produced a mushroom cloud that reached approximately 40 miles, penetrating the stratosphere. The Tsar bomb remains the most powerful nuclear weapon ever detonated. In the same period, the AK-47 rifle was developed by Mikhail Kalashnikov in 1947. This assault rifle became widely used due to its durability and ease of use. It is estimated that there are between 50 and 70 million AK-47s spread across the world. Each year, small arms kill between 20,000 and 100,000 people in global conflicts, with AK-47s accounting for a significant portion of this toll. In the 21st century, military technology has advanced farther and farther with developments of hypersonic missiles and drones. Hypersonic missiles can travel at speeds exceeding Mach 5, making them difficult to detect and intercept. Drones such as the US MQ-9 Reaper have become essential in military operations. The MQ-9 Reaper is designed for long-endurance, high-altitude surveillance and can carry multiple laser-guided missiles, providing precise targeting capabilities. The rapid advancement of these technologies has sparked ethical debates, especially concerning the use of autonomous killer robots in warfare. Now, let me tell you about some of the most shocking and unusual weapons and tactics used throughout history and even today. In the 14th century, Mongol warriors used a terrifying method during sieges. They catapulted the bodies of plague victims over city walls, hoping to spread disease amongst their enemies. This gruesome strategy aimed to weaken the defenses without direct combat. Modern warfare has also seen its share of unconventional weapons. The active denial system is a non-lethal device that emits a beam causing a burning sensation on the skin, forcing people to move away without causing any permanent harm. Espionage agencies have also developed some deadly gadgets. For example, the CIA reportedly created a heart attack gun in the 1970s, which could fire a tiny dart causing a heart attack without leaving a trace. Similarly, the KGB designed a lipstick gun, designed as a tube of lipstick capable of delivering a fatal shot at close range. But what other surprising tactics or weapons from history do you find most intriguing? Let us know down in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this exploration into the past, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Mr. History for more captivating histories.